This video is going to be a little bit unorthodox. I will be showcasing a very powerful build to farm for prisms, and in the meantime I will showcase the true power of the nerfed Havoc. There are many people in the comment section or in the chat of our live streams that are saying that Havoc is unusable, Havoc this, Havoc that. With this video I will just demonstrate how powerful Havoc is without using a prism. So you can use these builds to farm if you like in Survivor, in Veteran, in Nightmare or in Apocalypse. This video is going to be in Apocalypse. So as you can see, our prism slot is empty. I'm just using skill damage, mod damage and critical damage, okay? The build that we ended up with, as you will see at the end of the video, is going to be this one. But we started the build using Crimson Dreamstone and Probability Cord. Is this the most optimal way to play the build? No, it's not, but I did not know that at the start. So then we switched the Crimson Dreamstone for Sapphire Dreamstone. Why? Because I figured out in the middle of the round that our cooldowns are looking rough without a good fragment. So Sapphire Dreamstone will help you maintain always your skills up when you need them. It's very important for the Skill Mage to have the skills up all the time. In the entirety of the video, I'm using Probability Cord, but it's not the most optimal way. I just love to see big numbers. If you want to be optimal, you will use the Burden of the CO list, which will increase the damage of everything in our kit, which is going to be mods and skills. Now this is an amazing build to use without any fragments whatsoever. You can use this build right here to farm or even range DPS if you like. You feed the prisms that you want. Either way, the build works wonders. I will walk you through how to play. This video is mostly for new players and for the people who want to solo Gauntlet farm, which is a very potent way to farm as well. There are many other ways to farm, some of them orthodox, some of them unorthodox. In this particular video, I will show you the most potent way to farm the 19 Gauntlet. So this is going to be a quick build breakdown. I'm gonna start with the armor. We are going to be using Leto Mark 1. We don't mind the heavy dodge because we are going to be dodging with the Havoc, so we need the most amount of defense we can have. We are using Knotted Helm and Leto Mark 1. This will allow you to have 90 weight with the strong back trait and a total of 260 armor. Now this is approximately 60% total DR. The reason why this is 63 right now is because we are using Meat Shake, okay? And I will show you a trick on how to get those. So this build is very popular. Way of Keula, Havoc Form, Cost of the Betrayal, Burden of the CO list, Burden of the Gambler, Burden of the Destroyer, Sapphire Dreamstone or Crimson Dreamstone if you have good fragments with skill duration, skill cooldown. But for this one particularly, we are going to be using Sapphire Dreamstone. Now there are many reasons we are using Nebula. First, we're gonna get the corroded status effect on the enemy, and that will allow us to do 10% extra damage. Nano Swarm by itself does an insane amount of damage anyway. Nebula has been and still is an S tier handgun to use with any kind of build. We're gonna use arguably maybe the best melee weapon to pair with Shocker, and this needs no setup. You just swing the thing with a heavy attack and just clears everything in front of you if you're going to need it. The reason why we are using Monolith is because of the exposed debuff. This will allow us to do an extra 15% damage on top of the 10% from the corroded. Now on the Monolith we are using Spellweaver to further decrease our cooldowns so we can have our cooldowns up all the time. Sandstorm does a lot of damage by itself and good clear in the meantime. Profane Heart paired with Siphoner and Leech is going to make you an immortal Havoc Form lifesteal god, okay? Pairing that with this armor set, you are almost unkillable. Now for the rest of the traits, we are using Strong Back. For the armor that we're using, Fortify and Vigor to be as tanky as possible. Mod power generation is very important in this build. Cooldowns are very important in this build. Amplitude is very important in this build. Siphoner and Leech is very important, and Barkskin will further increase your tankiness, so everything we are using here is the most potent way to play this build. Now for the trick that I told you with the consumables, right? You can get a random secondary consumable by using Matsu's Snake Oil. Now if you get a good one, like I did here with the Meat Shake, you can maintain it by drinking the same one. So now let me demonstrate how you do it. First, we are going to drink the Matsu's Tonic, which is going to be our first every time. Now this is at 60 minutes and we're gonna use the Meat Shake to maintain the same concoction as well. So now we reset the timers and we keep the ones that we like, alright? This is a very nice and spicy tip to keep the ones that you like all the time. With that being said, fellas, let's jump right into the gameplay, and at the end of the video I will have another build breakdown for you to refresh your memory. I will show you my tips and tricks as well along the way. So first thing you want to do is kill enemies, of course. You're gonna go in the middle of the map and you will cast a Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸. This will help you with the ad clear while you are searching for the crystal. The crystal will give you a random power, and we will try to get, there it is, we will try to get, as we are damaging enemies, right? You see the enemies? As we are damaging enemies, we are looking for the powers. The best ones to use are damage reduction, HP, and then everything that has to do with your build. So now we're gonna use the Havoc form, we're gonna ad clear and lifesteal at the same time. We're gonna save the Havoc form, don't spend it, okay? Do not spend the Havoc form. Cooldowns are a little bit rough in this build because we don't use any reduction on them. Pick up the chests when you can. If it's too far, you don't need to pick it up. But if you're hungry for the materials, unlike me, you can go for them. I have plenty of materials, so I don't mind skipping them. Alright, let's try to make this as fast as possible and as effective as possible. So we're gonna have Primogenitor here, which is a fairly easy fight for this build, and I don't think that there are many fights that can make this build feel rough. So we're gonna start with a Monolith. After Monolith, we're gonna use Nebula, and then the Havoc. We're gonna sit here. This guy is Elemental Resist Hearty, which is the best combo enemies can have for this build to counter it. After that, we're gonna pick up our mods, and after we have our mods, this is the second rotation, right? This is showcasing the rotation that I'm using as well. Always use the skills, always use the mods before you use the skills, right? So when you boss fighting, you look at my mods. Now our mods are full. I cancel my skill, I use my mods, and then we do the process. So what do we have here? We have mod build up, stamina. Okay.
Yeah, you ain't so bad.
Personally, mod build up could work, but we're gonna skip this. Let's skip it one time and let's see on the next rotation what is coming up. If you skip too much, you will not get the level 25 spike. So it's better to pick up stuff and level them up other than skipping all the time. In the early stages, it is okay to skip one or two times. So we're gonna cast Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸. We're gonna ad clear as we are looking for. Let's reduce our cooldowns with the Spell Weaver. Shoot that to the elite, and we're gonna look for the stone. Get high ground, so you can see what is happening. We found the chest, that is good. Like enemies are dying. We don't need relics with this build. We have enough lifesteal. So we're gonna come here, cast another Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 as we are looking for the stone, which is right here. Okay, beautiful. So we are killing enemies without doing anything. All right, so healing orbs is another good one. Let's use this one. So we have this bad boy right here. We're gonna cast our Havoc. We're gonna melt him. Yes, the damage is indeed lower than it used to be, but it's still very powerful, okay? This is why I'm showcasing this build, because this build used to be and still is one of the easiest builds to use to clear anything in the game, really. And it has no counterplay, in my opinion. Yes, it's nerfed. Monorail can do more damage, the gauntlets can do more damage, but the ease of use of this build is over the top, okay? You just use the rotations of the mods. I will show you right now the rotation, okay? We're gonna reduce our cooldowns and expose, corrosion, 1, 2, and we can sit here and tank the damage as we lifesteal. So the ease of use of this build is right there. For the people who are struggling with Apocalypse, this is the build for you guys, okay? Veterans already know about this build, but you can see how powerful and potent it is, okay? So now we're gonna wait because we don't have our mods, alright? Now we will have the mods. We're gonna use Sandstorm first, Nebula next. We're gonna use the skills again, and we're gonna sit here. We're gonna tank it, it's alright, we have enough lifesteal. We have multiple sources of damage that gives us our HP back. We don't need to dodge too much. And now after the Havoc ends, we should be able to have our mods back again. This is a perfect rotation. 1, we'll get the skills back. 2, we're gonna wait for the witch. There she is. Do the skill rotation again. Charge up the mods. I'm taking damage, it's alright. We are lifestealing everything back. We cancel the Havoc as soon as possible so we can get back our skill cooldowns. So, we're gonna go with an increased damage reduction. If you have HP, Vigor, or damage reduction, you always go for those first. Being able to tank more damage will let you survive in the Gauntlet more than you can imagine. We're gonna pick up everything here. And we're gonna keep going. Easy peasy, fellas. You don't need to sweat, you don't need to dodge, you don't need to do anything, you don't need to be frightened of any enemy.
I've never seen anything like this before.
So now we're gonna reduce our cooldowns with the Monolith. Cooldowns are a little bit rough in these builds, that's why we're using the Monolith. We'll have the healing orbs in case something goes wrong. We can cast a Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿a here. Get rid of these enemies. We're gonna stay in the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿a for a little bit because cooldowns are a little bit rough, so we're gonna pull them back, kite them back. We have 10 seconds left on the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐿a, right? We can use the Havoc here, no problem, but we're gonna try to get more cooldowns back with the Monolith. We'll have the Monolith again, so we're gonna try to... Right, there we go. Try to find this guy, cast it so we can get our mods back. Now look at the mod regen in this one. We are regening our mods as we do damage to the enemy, and as soon as he's dead, we're gonna have to deactivate the Havoc. Kill everything, of course, deactivate it so we can save some cooldowns. Now we have everything in our kit and we are ready for the next fight. This is just min-maxing. You can go with them, you can go more ham with them. So we got Vigor, that's very good, okay? We'll go for defenses first. We are trying to min-max everything, so I'm saving every bit of cooldown I can, every bit of mod I can. So for this, we're gonna reduce our cooldowns with the Monolith, sorry. I'm in love with that weapon. I can't stop playing it and calling it. I'm sorry, okay? Monorail, best weapon ever created. I'm sorry. Okay. So we have 𝐒𝐻𝐿a. 𝐒𝐻𝐿a is a tricky one. Sandstorm is not particularly working very nice with him, but we're gonna see how this works out. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna try to do damage to the hands. We can tank some damage, it's alright. We don't need to dodge. We're gonna do damage to the hands. We're gonna clear the hands. It's much easier to do damage to the hands. It's the alternative 𝐒𝐻𝐿a, this one. It's not the normal one. So we have another rotation. We're gonna activate our rotation. Right? We're gonna dodge when we need. This is the only time where you are vulnerable. When your Havoc is down. Right? We kill them, save some cooldown. Beautiful. And then we're gonna activate the Monolith. Right? We're gonna activate the Monolith as soon as it comes out. We're gonna activate it right here on the platform. Beautiful. We got our cooldowns. We're gonna use Nebula. We're gonna use our rotation again. He is spiteful, vicious. We need to be careful. You can tank some damage with the right click, of course. Right click on Havoc form will stop all the projectiles coming your way, and it will also reduce the damage you take. So that is another big tip that I see many people not use. We're gonna reduce our cooldowns again. We're gonna go with our rotation. We're gonna tank the damage. There is no problem whatsoever. We're gonna go for the hands here. We can do damage to the... Normally you would do damage to the 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿a. I don't know what's happening. That's alright. So let's reduce our cooldowns a little bit. Let's try to push through the laser. Dodge through the laser. That is okay. Now we're gonna need our skill cooldowns back. 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿a in particular is a very counter, let's say counter character, counter boss for this build to work. We're gonna need to reduce our cooldowns with a monorail, like so. We're gonna back off here. Nice. For some reason, Havoc is not doing damage to 𝐒𝐻𝐿a at all. I don't know what is the thinking behind this. Really, I don't understand why it should not work. But you can see at the bottom that we do some damage. So look at it now. We can stop all the projectiles, right? Don't die now. I was out of Havoc. And we're gonna need to charge up the mode again. Dodge. Keep running. Dodge the snowflakes. Keep running. So by using the monolith, we can reduce our cooldowns all the time. So we're gonna cast this there. We're gonna go for a Havoc activation. We're gonna go for the hands. And when we are pitched down, we're gonna dodge twice, go for the hands again. It's much easier to go for the hands. We can tank the damage with a right click. Alright. So now we go for another rotation here, just with a Havoc, and we're gonna have this phase right here, which should not be that crazy. We do not want to get hit from those. Those lasers do indeed damage. Like you see, you can block it completely. We have 5 seconds left. I don't know if we are doing damage. This is completely bugged. I really don't understand why this is not working. But let's finish off the fight. Oh, he's not dead. I'm bad. Okay, now he is. So 𝐒𝐻𝐿a is maybe the ultimate counter for this build. I'm very happy that we got him, right? Because we got to showcase how powerful this build is, even on enemies where we cannot really hit them, right? I don't know why 𝐒𝐻𝐿a is coded this way, where we cannot do damage to him, alright? So we're gonna try to get our monolith mod back. Now, if I was using a different fragment with skill duration, mod generation, like everything would be better. So in this scenario, I will try to showcase the melee, right? If they don't die. So I'm gonna save stamina, and I'm going to activate the melee. Now they're gonna die to everything. That is okay. We have the aberration here. We're gonna go for the skills. This guy is a little bit annoying. Now try not to reduce your HP that much. Kill him before he does anything else. Deactivate as fast as possible. Ooh, we have a good one. So we have this one on +3. So this is in our pool. The new ones are +1 and +1. I will go for critical hit damage, just to add another card. So now we have damage reduction, we have HP, we have healing orbs, and we have critical damage. Now the best thing to get next is skill damage or mod damage, right? So we're gonna have ruin in this one. We're gonna reload our weapons, be ready for the fight. Alright, everything is reloaded. Please, thank you. Alright, so we're gonna reduce our cooldowns as soon as we go in. We're gonna try to dodge that, like so. I always go this way, and I always dodge it. And then we're gonna do the rotation, elemental resist, empathy. Nice. We're gonna kite back the boss. Walk back with it. It's okay to tank a few shots. If you dodge, you're gonna reduce your active skill by a bit. So now we have 5 seconds. What I like to do is to keep the distance. Right? I kept the distance. I reactivate everything. I will not use my skill now. I will not use my skill. I will go close, right? I will go close first. And then I will use my skill. I can lifesteal back. I'm gonna wait until we have all the mod back, and then I will deactivate and go for Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻 because I don't have it right now. So let him jump, right? So deactivate, let him jump again, go like this, go like that. So Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻 now, full rotation, right? You are always working on a full rotation. You always want your mods to be up and your skills to do damage. Let's not go out of the range of Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻. We need him to take the solo damage. The solo damage right there was 3.7k. You can see it spiking, okay? We get the mods back again. So let's do another rotation. 1, 2, 3. We don't have Havoc, but that is quite okay. We're gonna try to charge up our monolith. Jesus. And then finish off the fight like that. So now we have the two ones that we like, right? This is a new one. Do we want to add the new one in? No, we don't. Okay, so let's go with the other ones. Let's go for a little bit more damage. We are already tanky enough. If you see that you are taking more damage, you go for more tankiness. If you see that you need more, if you need more damage, you go for more damage, right? So in this case, we are tanky enough to just pick up the damage. Now, critical damage, all critical damage applies to the mods when they crit and to the skills when they crit. So, as we said, let's go to the middle of the map, right? Cast the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻 and look around for the crystal. The crystal can be hidden in various ways. Sometimes it's in the same place all the time. So, maybe it's up here, it could be up here, it's not. So let's keep moving. Sometimes if you go by it, it appears on the minimap. I will try to show you this now. So yeah, it's not there. Okay. I was like, is it really there? Okay, so we have the aberration. We're gonna reduce our cooldowns with a monolith. And we're gonna kill and reset our skills and mods. So we're gonna kill him, deactivate it as fast as possible. There we go. We can see it on the minimap after killing the aberration.
Glad that's over.
Let's go pick it up. And let's go away from this place. Now, you want to be a little bit fast after you kill the aberration because they're gonna start spawning. Okay, so we have healing orbs and the two new ones. We're gonna keep the healing orbs, okay? Healing orbs is the least favorite in this run. We're gonna try to not spend anything here, right? Don't spend anything. Don't spend your cooldowns. Don't spend your skills. Just move away. Save them. If you use them too much, you're gonna feel the nerfs that this build got. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna activate this. We don't have our mods. We're gonna activate the monolith. And let's go without Nebula for this one. It's alright. We can dodge that. No problem. So now we're gonna go for a full rotation. Use a monolith. And let's go for another full rotation. Full rotation meaning all the mods are active and all the skills are active. We can tank that, no problem. If we do not damage him, we should save some cooldowns on the Havoc. We are critting for 700 right now. Okay, let's get our skills back. Dodge that, just in case. Activate the mods. 1, 2, full rotation. There we go. Beautiful. So now the light is dead. We go for the dark one now. We can tank damage, no problem. As you can see, we are very tanky. We activate the mods, and I reckon we don't even need to use anything else. We just finish off like this, min-maxing everything, right? All the cooldowns. So now we are keeping the 5th roll, okay? I'm gonna keep the 5th roll. We have one more active buff. I'm gonna go for Vigor just to get the overall level. Every time you pick up a level, you get boss rush power, okay? So you don't want to skip too much. In that scenario, I don't need to skip. I can just level up my Vigor and keep going, right? So far, we are at level 5. We are going quite fast without any problems. We are not in danger. The only problematic enemy in this run was Shahala, okay? So now I reckon not many enemies can do too much damage to us and put us in too much trouble. Alright, let's use Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 in the middle of the map. I did not showcase the traits, I have to, in the end. So, let's reduce our cooldowns, like so. Dodge away. Nice. Let's charge the monolith. We are quite tanky, we don't mind taking a little bit of damage. No, now, we found the aberration, we're gonna farm our mods this way. Alright, beautiful. Save the cooldowns. So every time you deactivate the skills, your cooldown for the Havoc, look at where it is, man. Oh my lord. So now, in this scenario, it's not preferred to go for it, but I'll go for it because I'm missing one, and it would be a shame if that one was the skill damage, right? Or the mod damage, the ones that we need. So we're gonna have more spawns coming in. Usually I would not go for that. If I would have 5, I would not go for that. But in this particular time where we are looking for mod damage, we did not get mod damage. These ones are new ones. I don't want to add anything new. I'm gonna go for damage reduction, okay? So this is the way you have to think. Similar way to the prisms, right? Very similar way to the prisms. We keep going. Luckily, not many enemies spawned, or the ones that spawned are very slow and they are chasing me. So we don't have problem with this run. Now usually there are a bunch of elites spawning here, but in this particular time they didn't. So we are happy. Let's keep going. Beautiful. So we have another difficult boss, Alepsistora. I'm very happy with this run. We are showcasing difficult bosses while showcasing a very powerful build. Okay, we're gonna start our rotation. It's the same rotation. Sandstorm into... we can tank that, no problem. Sandstorm into Nebula, Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 into Havoc. We can tank all the damage, we're doing a bunch of damage. She is vicious, okay? Let's go for another rotation, shoot it at the ground, go like this, wait for the cooldown, go again, nice. We can tank it, no problem. Even though he's vicious, you see how tanky we are. We lifesteal everything back, we do a bunch of damage. The only way we are in trouble is only when our Havoc is down. Now we're doing damage, we are lifestealing. We're gonna dodge that, dodge back again. Now we're gonna activate our rotation again. This is a very tricky scenario with this boss, but with this build you have no problem. Just watch this. I am AFK in the most difficult part of this boss. I'm just standing there, no problem. He's hopeless. Right? We're gonna go like that. Alright, another rotation. Activate the mod to get the stagger reduction. So if you activate the skills while you are getting staggered, you can still cast it and not get staggered. That is another cool tip for you. So we're gonna farm the mods again. Right? We're gonna farm the mods again. Now we have the mods. We're gonna get staggered here. You can dodge that if you want. Or you can just tank it. So we're gonna go like this. We are missing now the Havoc. Now in this phase you just want to stay outside. Now if I had a better Prism, okay, with skill cooldown and such, this would be a little bit easier. So now we're gonna go with this. I will show you another way, right, to do damage to this boss. We can right click to block all the damage. And then we can damage at the edge right here. You can see at the edge of the map we can do damage. We're gonna go like that. We're gonna block the projectiles with the right click. As you can see, everything is getting blocked. when the cooldown is up at least. I'm gonna go like this, cast a spell, go with this, do damage a little bit. Okay, the doors are down, but the orbs are still coming. You can zigzag them, no problem, very easy. So now we're gonna try to get our monolith, get the cooldowns going, go for another rotation, block the projectiles, no problem guys, no problem. You see that? Beautiful. This is why this build is called God mode, right? Literally is. So now, if I had a better Prism with skill duration, mod duration, and skill cooldown, like I have, right? The one with the double modes is a very good one for this. But I'm not using it just to showcase how powerful it is. Now imagine if I was using that. How good would that be? Now we're gonna use this for some ad clear. Get our skill cooldowns back. We're gonna do a hard reset in this. Now a hard reset means I'm gonna work to get all my cooldowns. I'm gonna try to work to get all my cooldowns. I'm gonna play slow. I'm gonna activate maybe Nebula only here. Get the upgrade. Anything new? Oh, these are bad ones. Healing effectiveness could be good. Mod build-up could be good. For this particular time, the rotation is going great, so we're gonna go with healing effectiveness. Every single one of them was new. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna try to... I mean, let's use it. It's alright. Let's use it. This enemy is a little bit annoying, so let's go and kill him very fast. Beautiful. Deactivate. Nice. Okay. Now, if you use a good Prism with this build, you will not have problem with the cooldowns, right? Now, another concoction for this build to work would be the Xenoplasm concoction, which would reduce our skill cooldowns by 10%. Or, if we could get the upgrade, right? It's a mistake that I used Nebula here, but we don't mind it too much. It is alright. Okay. I should not have used the Nebula there. You have to min-max everything. So now I have no Nebula for the boss fight, right? And what did I do? I just killed 3 enemies that didn't even matter if I touched the door. So if you touch the door, you don't get damaged. So for this rotation, I will have to do it without Nebula. So let's see how this goes. Gonna start off like this. Elemental resist again. The game wants to counter us very badly. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, now let's do the full rotation. Wave Fuel is still active for 6 seconds. Let's save the cooldown. We'll have 27 seconds on the Archon. Let's dodge that very easily. Okay, let's charge the Nebula here with some elemental damage. Alright, let's use this. Reduce the cooldowns. Let's try to activate the Nebula before we do anything. Nice. Okay, we got our full rotation out. And we are good to go. Keep doing damage. Even though the enemy's elemental resist, he just teleports around, tries to spider web us, to slow us. But we are okay with that. You see the lifesteal is huge. So we go like this, like that. I'm gonna try not to spend. The Archon, the Havoc form, right? We're gonna go like that. So now we can go for more damage. We need the damage here. So in this particular run, we got the HP, the vigor, we got the damage reduction, and we got the critical damage ones. We did not get skill cooldown, we did not get skill damage, we did not get mod damage, which are god tier, right? Those ones are god tier for this build, so you're gonna have to look for them. So far, level 8 of 19, like we are going quite fast here. There we go, we can see the the stone right there. So what we are going to do is move closer to that, cast Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻 in the middle there. We are very close to the exit. We want to fight here, so we're gonna cast a Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻 here. We're gonna stay off the edge so we don't get staggered. Pick up the damage reduction. We're gonna sit here, get some cooldowns back from the sandstorm. Pull them to the sandstorm. Unfortunately, they are not coming. It's alright. We're gonna cast a Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻 near the exit. Let's kill this enemy. No problem. We just tank everything. We're gonna cast the sandstorm right there. It's gonna lifesteal some HP back. We'll have the healing orbs as well. Aberrations just spawned. Let's go like this. Let's not use the nebula. It's very important to keep. So let's just kill him with the Havoc. Don't want to charge. We don't give him the chance. Deactivate, and now we are ready to go. Now this way you speed up the process because you know where the stone is and you fight near the stone, which is near the exit, right? So now we have Shrewd, one of the easiest ones I would say, but there is also a trick for Shrewd because Havoc cannot do damage to him, right? So the way you do damage to him with the Havoc is you blink under him, right? So we're gonna start with this. We're gonna go like that. We're gonna tank some hit, no problem. So now you want to blink under him. If you blink under him, you can do damage, as you can see. Now we're gonna sit here and we're gonna tank the damage. His regeneration and drain. We're gonna try not to give him hits because he can drain the HP, right? So now we're gonna deactivate this. We're gonna activate Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻, maybe in this place. We're gonna... Oh, nice. That was a good prediction. So now we're gonna go under him and we're gonna blink again. We are blinking under. We are doing damage, as you can see. Unfortunately, the only way you can do damage to him. So he comes in. 6k crit from the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻. We're gonna not give him the regeneration. And he's dead. Right? Drain, vigor, or damage. Okay, let's go damage. Drain affix means every time he hits you, he heals back. So on these particular bosses, you don't want them to hit you back, right? So now same thing, we're gonna go in the middle of the map. We know where the stone is. We're gonna cast a Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻. We're gonna kill the enemies while we are working on our way to the stone. We activate it, take more damage. Thank you very much. Now we have the stone. We're gonna reduce our cooldowns, right? Our cooldowns now are looking very nice right now. And we're gonna go near the exit. And look for this aberration. Now we can cast another Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻 here. Now with a nerfed range, we're gonna have to be careful with where we cast the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻. You just don't cast it anywhere you like. So enemies are dead, aberration should be here. Beautiful, just cast one Archon, Havoc, and you're good to go. So we're gonna have to finish him off with a blink and deactivate it. Never mind, he just dies from a lightning that did 7k damage. Beautiful. So in my opinion, guys, the nerf on the Skill Mage should be on the Invoker, not on the Archon. The lightning does a very big amount of damage. So Havoc should stay the same, so you could play Archon Engineer, but I guess they didn't think of that, and it's okay. So we're gonna sit here. What? Hello? We're gonna sit here and we're gonna attack everything. I don't know how we got the stagger there, but anyway. And we're gonna work on the mod. Like, look at the mod on the nebula. Now it's ready. We're gonna do another rotation. We're gonna slide to the left. We're gonna activate the nebula, and we're gonna activate the Havoc. So we go full rotation here. Beautiful. So we're gonna work for the nebula again. As soon as we get the nebula, bro, I don't know why this staggers me. Really, Like, I really don't know why this works like this. Go to the left side. We'll have 1 second left. Right, beautiful. We're gonna get our cooldowns, get the nebula. Alright, alright. He's mad. He's mad. We have killed him so many times this way. He's mad. Right? Same rotation. Of course, the rotation gets... Bro! Gunfire Games. Are you joking right now? Get the vigor, deactivate fast.
How do you like that, huh? How's that, huh?
Right. Easy peasy. He's a pushover of a war boss anyway. So we keep moving. So now, I reckon we're gonna get 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐳. This is gonna be very fun. Now let's use the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐳 in the middle of the map. Keep moving. Get all the enemies at least from that side. Reduce our cooldown with a Sandstorm right here. So we're gonna get Vigor. We're gonna get the box. Nice. We're gonna cast the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐳 right here. We want to kill the enemies. Work for the next Sandstorm. We'll have this annoying enemy, which will die very soon from the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐳. Very nice. We're gonna reduce our cooldowns once again with the Sandstorm. We're gonna look for the aberration. We have 2 charges of this. His teleporter, displacer, not displacer only, okay? He's running away to his death. Alright. So we have full HP all the time, we lifesteal all the time, we do a very handy amount of damage. So that is helping a lot. So one problem we have with this build, right, is skill cooldown. Right now, without any fragments or anything. You can go for Sapphire Dreamstone here to reduce the cooldowns. I wanna test it out actually. Let's test it out. Let's reduce our damage further. Let's get more cooldowns here. So we're gonna activate Nebula, please, and our rotation. And we're gonna stand here. Spiteful Drain. Let's see how much damage this guy can do if we don't move. He's spiteful. We need to be a little bit careful. Nice. So in this scenario, we need to go fast with our rotation. Dodge as much damage as you can. You can block the damage as well if you like so. I blocked 1. Do the rotation. Skill cooldowns are looking much better now with the Sapphire Dreamstone. And he's down. Right.
That was rough.
Let's go for healing effectiveness. So, if you have problems with the cooldowns because you don't have a good fragment, Sapphire Dreamstone is very good. It's always been a very good ring. Sapphire Dreamstone almost can make you feel like you have 20 to 30% cooldown reduction, especially when you're doing damage all the time, right? So our skills do damage over time. Oh, there we go. We have the stone right here.
Looks like it was important.
Let's cast a Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐳 right here. Now look at the cooldowns, right? Pick it up. Look at the cooldowns. Every time we crit, we reduce the cooldowns. Hopefully I can showcase it here. Did he crit? He did not crit. That's alright. We can showcase it a little bit further. So we further decrease our cooldowns with the Sandstorm. We're gonna wait for the spawns. We cannot see anything through the Sandstorm. We're gonna cast another Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐳 here. right? Let's activate the Havoc, I guess. He's vicious. This enemy can do a lot of damage, but not today. Not today, not when we are using this build. There will be some cases where I will show you how to use the right click on the Havoc. Mother Mind could be one of them. She is shooting projectiles, so we can counter that very effectively. So we'll go like this. Right click. You see, something very wrong is happening there, but it's okay. Normally, I should be able to counter that. But for now, she's elemental resist. We're gonna back off this attack. It's alright. We can tank it. We are super tanky. This normally one-shots you, but she's vicious. I'm gonna be careful for that attack later. Now the claw attack. Is a tricky one. You can get double damaged if you are right here, and you get damage from the claw and from the pullback, right? So we're gonna stay back. We're gonna cast the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸𝐵. Right, we're gonna work for our rotation. We're gonna do damage like that. Oh, we can tank it actually. If we stay in front, we can tank it. We don't need to spend anything. We're gonna look for a block like you saw. Beautiful. And we're gonna do the rotation again. Now that was the double damage, and we tanked it. A rotation here is a little bit too much, I figured. But let's deactivate it. Our cooldowns now with the Sapphire Dreamstone are very, very good. But if you have a good fragment, you don't need that, alright? So we're gonna use double skill again. Our cooldowns are looking very, very, very good now. We're gonna tank that, no problem. We're gonna work for the Nebula again. We're gonna try to block some of those. Back it up as well. Tank everything, no problem. Havoc super tank. Alright, beautiful. We can dodge through all that. We have everything in our rotation. We're gonna start with the Nebula. Start working while she's casting her animations. And now we are ready for when she comes. We're gonna do damage very easily. We are not in any particular harm. She is vicious, yet she still cannot do half of my HP. Unless something bugs out. Now let's not test it. Let's not test it. And stay back a little bit. So now, just use those. I reckon even those was a little bit too much. At least we have our cooldowns. So let's go for healing effectiveness, right? We are life-stealing a lot in these fights. So healing effectiveness also works very nicely. So we are level 21 out of 25. So when we reach level 25, right here you'll see level 21, right? So another thing that I showcased is the concoctions. Now that I took notice of them, let's reset the cooldowns. And let's drink the milkshake as well. So if you want to keep the same two going, right, of the snake oil, you need to drink them again and again. Milkshake is an amazing one, right? So I'm gonna try to keep it active as much as I can. So now all we need to do is to kill the enemies, because we know where the stone is. Healing effectiveness, right? Use the Havoc. Kill everything fast. The exit is right there. Deactivate it. Use a rotation. She spawned right next to me, and the rats are very, very dangerous. So let's go this way. Let's use the Havoc, I guess. Whatever. Let's not give her any chances to do anything. And let's keep moving, right? I'm explaining every action so you can understand my thought process behind every action, right? How I'm saving my cooldowns, how I'm not trying to give any room for error, right? So this way you min-max everything, the cooldowns, the room for error, the room for enemies to kill you. So we're gonna cast the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸𝐵 here and the Havoc. We're gonna sit here and tank it. until we get our rotation. Now after this attack, which is a stagger attack, we're gonna use the rotation again. Elemental resist again. We're gonna work on that, and after we get the mod of Nebula back, so after we get our full rotation, we cannot be staggered. Beautiful. After we get our full rotation, so after this attack, we're gonna activate this, dodge that attack, go like this, go for a full rotation again. Now after this phase, he should phase out, right? So we're gonna try to maximize our damage here. Maybe we can get some, okay, fail-safe work. Fail-safe work on the Nebula, so we did not spend, we refounded the... So one thing I want to do is dodge the pool, activate the Wave of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸, stay close to the boss. By staying close to the boss, you don't need to run or sprint. You can just walk sideways. If you walk sideways, you dodge it. Walk sideways, you dodge it. You don't need to sprint. You don't need to spend stamina, and you don't need to panic, right? In this phase, it's very easy. We're gonna let him that minion, it's alright. So we're gonna do our full rotation. 1, 2, 3. Wait for the cooldown, and 4. So we can tank everything. As you can see, we are not in danger whatsoever. Even this attack, which does a lot of damage, we are not in danger. Even though he's vicious, right? We have the full rotation. Oh, he's feeling very bad. I'm really sorry. Look at this guy. I'm really sorry, my man. Nebula is somewhere where I don't see it, and it's active right now, so it bugged out. Right? We can block that completely with a right click. Now we can dodge that, go for a full rotation maybe, dodge that again, or maybe we can just let him die this way while we are looking cool, walking back, right? Something like that. Alright.
That's it. For now.
So now we're gonna have the next rotation ready for Wave 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 and Havoc form. Sapphire Dreamstone is amazing for this because I am not using anything here for cooldown. My prism is completely empty.
What's that smell?
So we're gonna go in the middle of the map as usual. We don't need the stone, we just need to kill all the enemies, right? So we're gonna activate this, get a little bit of damage going on to us, that is alright. Dodge that. We can tank it, it's alright. We are so tanky. There we go. We got a big one. Nice. We don't need to spend much. We are level 23, so we need the last 2 stones to get to the max level. Now, level 24 is 120% damage increase. I believe it's 150 on the max level, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna check it out. So the exit is right there, the enemies are right here. We're gonna cast the Wave of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸. We can speed up the process with Havoc form, of course. In fact, let's do it because the aberration will spawn right after. Right here. We're gonna kite him to come to the sandstorm so we can do extra damage. Right, the exit is right here. We are right where we need. Hello? Oh, he did not want the smoke, alright? My boy. Brother. Come on, man. Be a man. Come on. Be a man, please. So I guess he healed up. Okay, another rotation. This guy is a little bit annoying with his attacks. So he went back to heal, right? As the normal elite does.
Glad that's over.
That's very interesting. Usually I kill him so fast, I don't even know he does that. So now we have the blob. The blob king, right? Level 13 out of 19. We are very soon to be done with this run. So we're gonna go close, activate Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 in the middle of the map as we do. We're gonna do some damage with this baby right here, right? We're gonna charge our mod. Look at this beautiful sight. We're gonna go closer to the Blob King, activate our Havoc. We're gonna sit here doing damage. We can sit here, tag the laser like a god that we are in this god mode build. Now we have the rotation. We're gonna do it again. It's all about rotation. If you min-max the rotation, you're good to go. So now the boss is on the other side. I reckon I can do damage from here. Yes, I can. I'll tank it. No problem. I'm gonna wait. Beautiful. Do the rotation again. Activate Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸. And we keep doing damage. So now let's see where the Blob King will teleport. He will teleport to the other side, right? So good thing to do is here slowly move to the other side. Activate this baby right here. Activate this. He drops us down. With the stagger, we go up. Right, it's gonna be up there. Right here. We're gonna prepare because he's gonna go there. We're gonna stay AFK while watching this beautiful sight. Very nice. Okay. I will get my healing orbs.
How do you like that, huh? How's that, huh?
Now imagine how powerful this would be if I would use my double mod, right? My double mod fragment. It would not be powerful because I would have double mods, because these mods do nothing if you double them up, but it would be much more powerful because of the fusions, right? So I have a fusion of mage, I have the fusion of everything that has to do with mod damage, and skill duration and skill cooldown, right? So this is this is the least amount of damage you can do with this build, and you can see how potent it is, right? You can see how potent. You can just use this build for farming, right? You can just farm with your friends or alone. Now, if you use a prism, a good prism with this build, you are literally unstoppable, alright? I did not want to showcase this because there are many viewers that are new to this game, and this is for you guys. This video is not for the veterans, it's for you guys. You that you struggle with the clear, you that you want to play Apocalypse and farm for more XP, or just finish Apocalypse in general, right? So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna tank everything as this spiteful, hearty Hexer enemy is trying to kill us. Now we can block them, as you can see. We can block all the damage and the projectiles, as you can see. So now we are level 25, we don't need the stone. We took a bunch of damage. A good consumable to have, as you can see in my number 2 slot, I have a consumable, right? Is this consumable right here. It's called Bloodroot. It regenerates 1.5 health per second. So if I use it, I will get HP. Now, I was a little bit late to that, but let's dodge that attack because he can stagger us out of the road. And let's go for the not the stone, the door. Beautiful. So now level 14 out of 19, very fast. We are pushing through with no prism whatsoever. Our build is even nerfed now. I nerfed the build with Sapphire Dreamstone because I wanted more cooldowns. I figured out that without the prism that I'm using usually with this build, I have problem with the cooldowns, right? So now if you have a better prism, or if you need the cooldowns, you can just go with the Sapphire and fix your problems, like I did. Regenerator, Drain. That is a very nice combo for us. We're gonna work out for our cooldowns, our mods, right? We're gonna use the Nebula. We're gonna try to be effective with our HP. We're gonna go and cast everything right here. I reckon we can block some of that. Nice. Now in this fight, you want to stay outside because I'll show you what you can do with this. you can tank that, there is no problem. We have 10 seconds left on the Havoc. Now, look at this interaction, right? People call me the Havoc God, and I will show you why. People call me the 𝐒𝐻𝐚𝐸 God for this reason, because I know every little trick about Havoc. That's why it's my favorite archetype. There are so many ways to play this archetype. Look how beautiful is that. We are completely neglecting anything that this enemy has to offer. We're gonna use our cooldowns again, one more time. We're gonna use it for one more time to get the cooldown on the Havoc. We did not get it. Blue phase is problematic, to be honest. We're gonna try to be smart with it, right? Right click, it is alright, just keep it there. Now this phase where he does the blue projectiles is very important to use Havoc and right click. As you can see, by using right click after dodging certain attacks, you just completely make fool of this boss and blocking all the projectiles, alright? Now I reckon we're gonna have box right here. I missed so many. Yeah, because most of these I have scraps, I have pipe bombs, I don't need them. Let's dodge that attack. Oh, this guy is just Michael Jackson, I guess. So now we're gonna try to look for our cooldowns. I have a good boy right here. Dodge this. I know some of the things I do look very fancy, but they are not, trust me. I'm not the best player in this game. I'm just a medium player with a genius mind creating powerful builds. So now root is maxed, right? We're gonna lifesteal everything. It's going out in 3 seconds. Now we're gonna try to be as effective as possible here and not waste too much time. Right. We want this guy to die fast, right? So now we're gonna use this consumable, the oil skin, to reset our root rod status effect, right? Now this enemy in this level can be very dangerous. The reason why I did not do my full rotation is because I wanted him to die very fast. Now, 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐧𝐠 is a little bit problematic. So we're gonna face every single difficult enemy in this run, and I love it, right? So we're gonna go with this, a taste of her own medicine, and we're gonna go close. We're gonna try to stay as close as possible. She is vicious as well. We're gonna try to be perfect with our rotations right here. The damage she is doing is out of this world. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna go for another rotation right here. I bet we can tank that. Yeah, we can. Problem is she is drained as well. So she is getting her HP back, but as you can see, it's not that big of a deal. We have our mods back, we have our rotation back, we activate everything. 1, 2, get the cooldowns back. Dodge maybe one attack. Go like this. Now we have the Havoc. Beautiful. We can keep doing damage as well. She's gonna do the star attack. I call it the star attack, you know, the sea star. All right, so we can throw this right there. It will help us do a little bit more damage. Now we're gonna reload every time there is no phase, like so. All right. If our cooldowns are maxed, we can also use a way of 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐽 here. Dodge, slow, right? Now we dodge, like if we don't have the ammo, we just dodge. 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 is not working out for us right now. Just duck here. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just dodge that. Just kill it and dodge to the wall. You don't need to be there. Dodge to the wall. It's okay. Now we can use this horrendous reload animation on this weapon. Holy smoke. Alright. Now kill that. Kill that again. I reckon we can use Nebula here as well. It's not gonna be too problematic. This phase is so long. Nebula is not working out for us. Maybe failsafe will happen. Oh, it did work. Dodge here. Dodge again. Duck down. Beautiful. Dodge inside again. Duck down. Oh, we get hit there, is okay. We can activate one sandstorm right there. Kill it. Beautiful. Nice. We get damaged again. Dodge to the wall. Alright. That reload animation is killing me. Beautiful. Maybe. Didn't quite do it. Alright, let's try to kill this face. It is very annoying. This face might be the worst enemy in this game mode. Get some ammo. I don't see Nebula pushing through. I'm gonna try to maybe get some damage with the Nebula so we can get the mod. Not optimal. It's not optimal, but we can get it this way because I should not have used it. Now maybe we have it. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. So now we keep going with this. Dodging just in case. Beautiful. Alright, let's use a sandstorm here. Reload or not. So now very soon we're gonna have to be ready to go kill her as fast as possible because this phase has a damage threshold, right? So we need to be very, very smart. That time will come very, very soon. Alright, we're gonna use a sandstorm right there because it's helping us quite a lot. Reload this horrendous animation. So very soon we're gonna have to deal with the actual boss. Is it now? No, I thought it is. It looks like it is. Yeah, very soon, I reckon. What is it on one bar? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we go like this. Unfortunately, we don't have the monolith, but it's alright. I'm gonna go hard with this. Okay, we're doing quite a bit of damage. Please don't kill me. Thank you very much. Oh my god. So it was a very unfortunate timing that I did not have the monolith there, the sandstorm, but it's quite okay. We still have enough damage, so if you have a better prism than no prism at all, you're gonna be in a much better shape than what you saw right there. So what you saw right there was not the best thing to do. Now we are level 16. Now the power level of the enemies is quite high. We're gonna need to go near the exit right now. We are using Archon because these enemies are a little bit annoying. Like, look at this, it doesn't do damage. Okay, we have 9 seconds left. Let's go with this. He staggered me. This attack, for some reason, does 2 staggers. Alright, oh, little ball is out. Oh, he's in power. We have to be careful now. Now, don't let him touch you. The reason why I don't want him to touch me, and you need to pay attention to the enemy's affixes, right? When a boss or an aberration spawns, you need to pay attention to the affixes. Now, this aberration had Empower. What that does is every time you use a skill, and I believe maybe a mod, I might be wrong, I think it's only skill. Every time you use a skill, he gets double or triple damage. It's not double or triple, but it does a shit ton of damage, alright? So you're gonna have to be dodging that no matter what. Now this guy is vicious, but it's not gonna be a problem, right? We're gonna sit here, do the damage that we want. Tentacles, no problem. We're gonna do the rotation right now before she comes out. He, she, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'll dodge that attack because he is vicious, right? You saw how much damage we took there? You have to be careful only with the vicious and the spiteful enemies, right?
How's that, huh? Oh,
Vicious and spiteful enemies can do surprisingly high damage, particularly in attacks that do a lot of damage anyway, right? There are certain attacks like this attack, if you get hit 2 times in a normal run, in a normal apocalypse run, you die. So now, even though we are so tanky, that attack is devastating if he is vicious. Right? We do the same thing, we go to the exit now, we don't need the stone, we just go to the exit. We're gonna reset our cooldowns. Not reset, just get some of them back, I guess. Very nice. Now we don't need, we are max level, right? We are level 25, 125, so it's not 150, it's 125, my bad. We're gonna reduce our cooldowns by a bit here. We're gonna use a Way of Keula because the aberration is not out yet. We're gonna keep the nebula. I'm always trying to keep the nebula. Okay, so the enemy is behind us. He is vicious, Drain Trapper. Easy peasy. Beautiful. Push him through, push him through. Very close to the end now. All the difficult bosses, all the problematic bosses are gone now. All of them. Shahala, Laidusa, right? There's another difficult boss, which is the pod from 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐲, the new boss, that sometimes can be surprisingly killing you with double damage with a beam. And we do have a way to play around that. So now we have the rotation, we go again. We're gonna stop him right there. Now, the indication for the rotation is always going to be Nebula. If Nebula is full, you deactivate, like look at this. I'm waiting for Nebula, right? Now I have the rotation. And I do the rotation again. Oh, this is light work. No problem. Level 17 enemy. Not a sweat, fellas. Not a sweat. Let's get the box. Okay, don't be stupid. Corrupted Luminate Crystal might be in handy later on next patches, okay? There are new things that coming up, okay, in Remnant 2. I will tell you because you are kind enough to watch the video so far. The data miners have told us that there are maybe more archetypes coming in, okay? I know the names of the archetypes. I will not share them. I don't know if it's okay to share them. I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, one of them has to do with the luck, with the extreme luck that we get from the fragments, okay? Now, you are kind enough to watch the video so far. That's why I am sharing that with you, okay? Let's not be ridiculous here. Let's activate Havoc as fast as possible. Havoc is our safe place, okay? You do a bunch of damage this way. Beautiful. Now be careful, this enemy, when it dies. Yeah, one of the archetypes, okay, has to do with the extreme luck legendary that we have. Okay, you're kind enough to stay so far. I will tell you the name of that archetype. It's gonna be Gambler. Okay, that's one of the two. I will not say the second one and what it does. Okay, this is what I know from the data miners, and so far the data miners were right about every single thing. Okay, so get ready to get more content for Remnant 2.
Shit.
Now let's do rotation. Start with this, get some cooldown going, and let's go. Now he is vicious as well. The only problem with this enemy is at the last phase, right? We can tank the damage, even though he's vicious when he's at this level. Now I will show you certain tricks with this one. I'll use a way of 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐲 just to get it off cooldown. There are certain tricks with this boss fight. I will try to showcase them. Now let's use this. Let's try to get our cooldowns back. Nope. Beautiful. Those late attacks, I love them. Now let's use our cooldown. 7,000 damage. Now look at the damage this guy takes. Right? So let's deactivate, right? So we can keep the cooldown. Now there is a trick you can do with Archon. You can just sit here and tank the swords. He's right here. And I believe that if you get hit from the sword, the boss is appearing. This is something that I believe. Like, look at this. I'm getting hit, right? And as I'm getting hit, he's appearing faster. Now let's get our cooldowns back. Let's get some life steal going. We're gonna need that Archon. Let's get hit from some. And let him appear. Right now he's gonna appear. We're gonna dodge that because he's vicious. And we're gonna damage him. Alright. We're gonna get hit from a sword. Thank you very much. Alright, he's gonna appear now. Hopefully we can finish this fight right here. Very nice. So this is a trick I found. If you get hit from the swords, he's appearing faster, right? Especially if it's a direct hit. So now we're gonna go kill Annihilation, which is a very easy fight for this build, alright? I don't know why it's spawning us like that, but I don't mind. Okay, so now we have no cooldowns. If you like to be in a perfect state, you can wait here, okay? You can wait at the exit to get your cooldowns back. That could be a possibility. But I'm gonna push through because we have Spellweaver on the monolith. And we have one charge of our skill. No problem. So we're gonna go like that. We're gonna cast the Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐬𝐲. We're gonna cast the Mono Lick. I reckon we can tank that as well. I just didn't see the fixes. That's why I didn't. In case she was spiteful vicious. Right? We can tank almost every attack. Half HP. Yeah, she does a lot of damage for some reason. So I'm not gonna try to tank everything if I'm not full HP. So we're gonna do our rotation. We're gonna tank that. She's not vicious, so we can tank many of her attacks. And this one as well. Now this attack we need to dodge. We have a rotation with our indicator. Go like this. Beautiful. Wait for some cooldowns. I want to min-max here, and I don't want to use my cooldowns further. I'm gonna keep them for the next phase, alright? So I'm gonna go like this. Dodge everything right here. I'm gonna need my nebula. Actually, you know what? Let's do a rotation here. Why not? Let's do a rotation. Now let's use the nebula. We can dodge here and there. 16 drain. We have data corruption. That does nothing to us. We are not using relics. And it's not cancelling any animations. So we can sit here, tank that with a right click. Now 7 seconds to go. I'm gonna be a little bit smart about this. Let's use everything to lifesteal. Tank that. We can tank that as well, no problem whatsoever. We can tank that as well. She's not vicious or spiteful. Let's save some cooldown. We have a rotation. 1. I like to aim before I do anything. Now I shoot the monolith here. Right? I shoot it down. In case you miss it behind her, right? You can miss it if you hit it behind. Easy tanking. Easy clear of bolts. Now deactivate because she's very far away. We're gonna activate the nebula. We're gonna do this again on our feet, okay? We can dodge that. And we have our full rotation going, right? We can tank everything, lifesteal everything back. Now, this phase particularly is very good for us because of this. Now let's do a full rotation. 1, 2, 3. Let's do some damage with the nebula, I guess, or the monolith. Beautiful. Finish off with a melee, maybe. Yeah. Alright. Beautiful. And that is the 19 Gauntlet using pretty much almost nothing in the fragment
Yeah.
than the 3 ones that we had before, right?
You scrapped with the wrong bitch.
Let's see the stats. So that's gonna be in 1 hour and 17 minutes, right? Almost a speed run, right? And I wasn't even trying to go that hard, okay? I was talking all the way. Very easy going build. Maybe the easiest gauntlet of your time, alright? Especially if you're going for survival, which is the most amount of XP you can have because you can have multiple runs all the time. So now we did 5 million damage. We did take 14,000 damage. If you think that we have 160 HP and the damage taken is 14,000, how crazy is that? The healing we received was 13,500 healing because of this beautiful build, right? And then we're gonna have the XP. So now we are using no prism whatsoever for the people who are farming, right? For new prisms, you can farm with this build on you, with these fragments. I'm using absolutely nothing that you may not have. This is for the new players or for the players who are struggling with farming, okay? This is the strongest build in Gauntlet in my opinion, okay? We are using Way of 𝐒𝐻𝐸, Havoc Form, Cost of the Betrayal in combination with Profane Heart because we don't want to use the Profane Heart at any point of time. We have 3% lifesteal from here. We have 3% lifesteal from Siphoner. We have the Leech with 50% healing efficacy, 25% all damage to our mods, our melee, and our weapons as well. Probability Cord for the big crits, okay? You can go for something else if you like. There are multiple other ways to play this build. You can go like this. Burden of the 𝐶eolist here if you want. You can go with a Crimson Dreamstone here if you want. You can go with Shade Stone if you like. There are multiple ways to play this build. I fancy the probability cord because I want to see those big juicy numbers. Is it the most optimal way? Probably not. Maybe Burden of the 𝐶eolist would be better because it's amplifying the damage of everything in our kit. So this could be an ending build for you. Now, without fragments, without any skill fragments, and particularly in boss rush where you don't reset off stones, I recommend you, if you don't use any fragments or if you don't have a good prism, use the Sapphire Dreamstone. Spellweaver only will let you vulnerable in some scenarios if you spam your skills or mods too much. Nebula, which is going to be our indicator when to do the rotation. The best melee, I think, in the game, Harvester's Scythe with Shocker is maybe the best one to use if you don't use a melee build. Like, look at this thing. And that's gonna add clear everything. This is a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Especially when you play Invoker, which has elemental damage increase, okay? 15%. So these are going to be the traits that I use for this build. Fortify, Vigor, Strong Back, Amplitude, Expertise, Spirit, Barkskin, Leech, and Siphoner. The stats are looking like this. 260 armor, that's why we are using the strong back, so you can use this armor set. If you use this armor set, you're gonna have 260 armor, 63% total DR with the mid shake, okay? Which, I told you before, you can reset. If you have a pair that you like, you can reset it very, very easily, right? You go here, you drink a Matus tonic. Okay, I know I'm repeating myself, but this is important stuff. Now reset the ones that you like, okay? And that is going to be a full run with the easiest build going. Is Havoc nerfed? Yes, it is. Is Havoc horrible now? No, it's not. You saw the raw power on 19 Gauntlet Apocalypse using the skill build that's supposed to be nerfed. This is working wonders, okay? Take this combo and do as you wish with it. If you like the content that we do in this channel, consider subscribing, fellas. It really helps. Your boy is very close to 10k subs. Might as well get a little bit more help, right? Much love for you, fellas. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was a blast to make, and yeah, enjoy being a god in Remnant 2, I guess.